You're a man over 40. How do you know if you have low testosterone? Well, there's some common symptoms we'll get into, but the foolproof way is to just get a standard blood test for total testosterone and free testosterone and determine if you're in the normal range. Now, everyone feels different at different blood markers of testosterone. So if you're feeling low energy, low mood, low libido, then certainly we need to address it. And if you're not pitching a tent when you wake up in the morning, at least a few times a week, that's another telltale sign. So how do you fix it? Well, first off is to prioritize sleep. Now, REM sleep in particular, that's the last half of your sleep or last quarter. When you're starting to consolidate memories, you're having some dreams, that's when testosterone is released. Growth hormone is released in the first half, deep sleep. So if you're medicating, if you're using marijuana, some of these things may help you fall asleep, but compromise REM sleep. Plus, if you're waking up, from a 6-hour sleep, you're cutting into your REM. You want 7 to 9 hours. You want to make sure you're on a good regular routine so that you get that 90-ish minutes of REM sleep in the back half of your sleep. And you'll know it if you never feel like you're dreaming, you wake up grumpy, irritable. That is one priority to start with. Okay. 2 is to lift weights. Now, there is some evidence here that pumping iron does increase your baseline testosterone. It's generally temporary, but we all know how we feel when we work out regularly, and it ties in nicely to improving body composition, which plays a role here as well. Now, this one's a bit woo-woo, but your outlook on life controls everything. Even some research has shown like a power posture where you're up or celebrating a goal type thing, staying in a standing superhero pose can increase baseline testosterone levels, whereas if you're crouched over a desk, low energy, lower testosterone. Okay. Competition, that's a lost art for men. In my stage of life at 40, I still play beer league hockey because you don't really get this in any other area of life. Competition boosts testosterone. Little healthy competition is a good thing, and we never want to lose that, right? Watch the sugar. Now, it's more just the overall consumption of calories, but blood sugar spikes, like chronically high blood sugar, leads to decreased testosterone. Can whack it by as much as 25% in studies. Particularly if you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, we want to get you to a healthy body fat percentage because blood sugar tends to be controlled when you're leaner and you're eating better. With that said, metabolic syndrome, this is like full out pre-diabetic, right? Where your blood sugar's the high range, where if it continues at that pace, potentially full-blown type 2. So you want to avoid that scenario as well. And it all ties back to weight training, calorie control, better nutrition, and body fat percentage low enough. This is a big one though. Your stress, some stress is good. We do need to push ourselves and so on, but chronically elevated stress, particularly if we're not sleeping well, that creates this hormonal environment where cortisol is elevated. In a high cortisol environment, low testosterone levels. So manage stress, take time for your hobbies, walks, massage here and there, that kind of thing, to counterbalance all the stress from your lifestyle. Alcohol consumption. Now, heavy alcohol. How it works is it leads to a zinc depletion, which obviously lowers testosterone levels. Pints or 2, the odd occasion is fine, but generally drinking more than 2 drinks has 0 health benefits and certainly can do your testosterone in as well. So you want to try to moderate that, and that's a big one. This is the biggest factor, I think, of all, is dropping the extra weight. So Myers here did a study, obese men, their average testosterone was 340. That's barely within range. And that also meant increase in estrogen. So it's that counterbalance, and too much body fat just becomes a storage system for estrogen, and that balance gets out of whack. So for men, generally, you can be pretty healthy in the low 20%-ish body fat. Taking it lower is obviously going to mean more of a six-pack, leaner physique, but there's a point of diminishing returns where actually for most mere mortals, getting close to 10% body fat, we start to see that bell curve where you're lower testosterone. I'll gloss for that one because that's a little beyond the scope here. Vitamin D and magnesium, these two work in cohesion. So if we're going to go into supplementation, I would consider these two. And there's one more that I would suggest would be boron. Increases free testosterone levels. It's free over the counter. Again, don't go down that road until you've exhausted your natural options of sleeping better, eating better, exercising, and dropping weight. But in the short term, it could be a bit of a stopgap to residually increase your testosterone levels so that you have more energy to do the right things. All right. So that's that. If you want the free course that goes with this, just drop a comment below or hit the link in the description. Hope this helps. Talk soon.